I've been doing affiliate marketing for a long time, made tens of millions of dollars, and these are definitely the two best ways to do affiliate marketing right now. So I got a great comment the other day on one of my videos, and they said, what is the best way to start with affiliate marketing if you had to start from scratch? So what I'm going to do is give you the two different ways that if I was starting from complete scratch, that I would attack affiliate SEO. What's cool about this is they're actually two total opposites of each other, and you'll see why in just a minute. One is like completely one direction, one is completely the other direction. And it'll be cool for you to see this because I think some people like a one direction, some people like the other. Like they're so different that some people either like picking one or the other. So the first one is buying age domains and building out sites, just like I show in my Over the Shoulder series, which you can find at Greg Morrison Media. I cover exactly how I do this, but I also have free videos on the channel. If you want to do it for free, you can go through my channel and look for videos. But it's basically setting up age domains that you find at auction, and I go through how to find them and all of that, and setting up a new site and just putting up AI content. Now, this is actually the website that I cover in that Over the Shoulder series, where I show from beginning to end how I set up the site, how I build it out, how I do my keyword research. All of that is completely on camera. And you see it's getting over 1,500 visitors over the last week. So it's getting, close to 300 visitors per day. Now, a lot of those visits come from Bing, and people really discount Bing traffic because you can do really well with Bing traffic. I have another similar site. I actually haven't monetized this site right here yet, but the other site where I'm doing the same exact thing is making $1,000 a month in another niche, and we've barely monetized it yet. We can probably get it up to like 15,000, 20,000. Joe is my partner on that site. He doesn't want me to reveal the site or the niche, so I can't, but he's doing all the monetization. I'm just driving traffic to it. I bought the age domain, wrote out all the AI content, and it's just pulling in 500 visitors per day right now in a very cool niche. Then, of course, I have my gold sites where I pump out AI content on some of those, which have done, tens of thousands of dollars in single sales. And they've done six figures in commissions over the last, year alone. So that can work extremely well, but it's the complete opposite of the other method I want to show you. But it's cool because they're so opposite, you're going to have really most people liking one method or the other. And that's why I want to cover both methods. So when you do this, you just really want to pay attention to picking a niche that you can monetize, right? So know ahead of time what is on the first page of Bing. You don't necessarily have to look at Google when you're doing this method because we're more targeting Bing traffic when we're doing our age domains. Not saying it can't work in Google. It just takes a whole lot more work and precision, which I can cover in another video, because SEO for Bing and Google are totally different. Age domains and getting Bing traffic is very simple. It's very easy. You literally just put up the site, you pump out the content, and you're going to get that Bing traffic. So I would just go to Bing and see what's available, see what type of sites are ranking, and from there, see what type of offers they're doing. And that way you can know, okay, well, what type of traffic am I going to get? What type of offers can I promote? Like gold, yeah, very hard to rank in Google, but not super hard to rank in Bing, especially if you have a more powerful age domain that you buy at auction, which again, I show you how to do. So let's go over method number two, because again, this method I've shown a ton, right? Like you've seen this on my channel for free. I show you how to find domains for free, what I look for. I show you part of the setup process. And then if you just want the A to Z process, I have my, on Greg Morrison Media, I have that Over the Shoulder series where I show you A to Z step by step how I did this site right here, right? From the beginning. So you can check out either version, whether you want to go free or paid. It doesn't really matter to me. But we've covered this so much that I want this video to talk about the other side a little bit more. So let's go to YouTube, right? It's funny because YouTube is probably one of the best ways to establish a long-term affiliate project right now. And I'm going to tell you why in just a minute. Actually, I'll tell you why right now. It's funny because one of the reasons that this is so powerful right now is because of method number one. Because of AI and everyone pumping out all this content, I believe that people are starting to gravitate more towards YouTube type stuff because they want to see people with real information. A lot of content they're currently getting may be AI, where it's just, a computer telling them, or, AI generated content making recommendations or giving them advice, whatever the case is. A lot of people are starting to want to see a real person, and that's where YouTube comes in. But that's not the only reason this is such a good method. But let's do a method. Let's go through an example here. So let's go to like golf clubs for beginners. Okay, let's go search. Now, I want to find a channel that is not like super huge, right? Like Golf Bidder, they may be really big. I want to find like more like a person, not like a big company, just to show you what people are doing. So this guy's good. So he's got 35,000 subscribers. And look, so check this out. And anytime you want to go in a niche, you want to see what your competitors are doing and really pay attention. All right, so this guy has 35,000 subs with 1,400 videos. So he's done a lot of videos to get that many subs. We might want to look at other people that have better stats. Let's go down. Like Golf Monthly is probably a huge site. The Golf Shop Online might be a huge site. You could check them out. But I'm looking more for like someone who seems personal, like this guy. Coach Cheyenne, or sorry, this girl. Sorry, lady. So let's go to Coach Cheyenne, if I'm saying her name right. All right, 33,000 subs from 288 videos. That's a lot better. I like that a lot better. She's actually an LPGA certified golf coach. Now, a lot of you aren't LPGA certified, so let's skip that one. I'm looking for like a normal person. How about this guy? Let's play through. Let's check him out. And this is worth it. Stick with me here. All right, 115,000 subscribers, and just a normal guy here, okay? Honest golf reviews from a mere mortal. Just a normal golfer here, okay? So what you want to do is always research what are these people doing, and there's a lot of information you can get from these channels. And there's a reason that you want to go to YouTube. I'll give you all the reasons in just a minute. But we also want to look at like what type of links does he have and what's he doing? Okay, so he has like he has a mailing address here. Look. Brands at letsplaythrough.com. So he's really monetizing this channel well, likely. He's got an Instagram, a TikTok. He's got a shop. He's got a real website. I want to check that out too. So we're going to analyze this guy's site and his YouTube. So this actually brings me to my next point. When you have a YouTube channel, it's much easier to build a website with it, and then they go hand in hand. Because then you can, post your videos on your website. You can, link them to each other. As your channel grows, you're going to naturally get links to your website. And this type of SEO is much better for Google and just long-term in general, right? And when you have a project like this that you care about, and that's the other point, like if you're going to do YouTube, I'd recommend you do something you're passionate about or something you care about, because you're going to be doing lots of videos, right? You want to do it on something you're knowledgeable about, where you can build like a real business out of it. You're putting a lot of time into your videos. You want to make sure your thumbnails are great. You want to make sure just your website looks good. Once you build your website, you want to make sure that everything comes together, because this is like building a real business through the affiliate marketing model. But a big reason you want to do it through YouTube is because a lot of people are gravitating towards that, and YouTube SEO is a lot easier. It's going to take more time initially, but it grows on itself, right? As you create videos, they start doing work for you. As your videos are out there and getting more people coming in, it's like an automated system. The big thing is just knowing how to start, and I'm going to give you all those details right now, and doing everything right from the start so your channel grows correctly. If you do all the things wrong in the beginning, the algorithm can end up not liking your channel. It can be harder to grow. So I'm going to cover a lot of those big things in just a minute here. But as you scroll down here, you just want to pay attention to what type of videos is he doing? Could you do the same type of videos? Do you know the niche well enough to do these same type of videos, right? Do sub 70 irons perform as good as they look? Okay, 9,000 views. So this one right here, PXG's new Zero Torque Bat Attack putter is here. That's only an hour ago, but still 500 views in an hour. Can a 249 driver compete with big brands? Right? So he's giving you video ideas already. This got 8,000 views, and he released it 20 hours ago. How often is he releasing videos? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the last 7 days. He's releasing almost a video every single day. Pay attention to that type of stuff. how do his thumbnails look? Just like this. He usually has himself in there with something in there and just, a little bit of stuff on there. You can easily get a thumbnail like this in Canva done by yourself for free. But you want to pay attention to his look and how he's doing them and kind of steal his ideas. For example, this right here, can a 249 driver compete with the big brands? You could do the same video, but you could just rename it a little bit. Can a $199 driver compete with the big brands? Simple. Copy his video and then see what he does in this video and do something similar. Just have your own spin to it. Take what the people who are doing their working and have large channels are doing, do it yourself, and try to do it better. Try to have better thumbnails. Try to have a better opening video line. Try to have, a more engaging stuff in your videos, maybe a little more joking and things like that. You really have to do your homework to get it right, but it pays off in the end because once your channel's built and you have momentum and people are coming, from there it gets really easy. You have your system in place. The hardest part is getting that system in place. So let's go over some of the things that are super important when it comes to YouTube videos, all right? And if you're going to build a YouTube channel. Number one is you want to make sure you have at least pretty good audio and video, okay? At least decent. So some type of mic where it doesn't sound like complete crap. Okay? It doesn't have to be like the best audio ever. You don't have to have like a great setup, but you want to have some type of microphone, right? Even if you're shooting iPhone videos, which is fine, you can use an iPhone for your video, have some type of microphone on your shirt where the sound is better than like a regular iPhone microphone. Because those iPhones can be, it's not horrible, but people can definitely tell the difference. So if you're shooting with an iPhone, just get a microphone with it. Very cheap to do. Just figure that out. That's the initial thing. You can use a video camera as well. It's a little extra step with a little bit of lighting, but that to me is not a huge deal right away. The biggest thing I think is the audio. Make sure you don't have bad audio, okay? So that's number one. Make sure the audio is good and you have at least pretty good video, which would be an iPhone or some type of decent camera. From there, the next most important thing I would say is thumbnails. Click-through rate on YouTube is absolutely huge. If you don't have a good click-through rate, you're never going to gain traction with your channel. Unfortunately, when it comes to your videos, clickbait works. So you need to find clickbait type stuff for your videos that's going to get people to click. Sometimes you have to stretch the truth a little bit to do that, but click-through rate is extremely important. One thing that you want to make sure you do is don't repeat your video title in your thumbnail title, okay? You want to have something different. So for example, he does a really good job here. Best budget golf clubs ranked. And then in his thumbnail, he has the winner is. Great job, right? Right here, I don't like what he did. The best golf watch, now this is from 2022, so he's probably improved since then, but best golf watch of 2022 is not a golf watch. And then his text is best golf watch, ? He should have done something probably more like, you won't believe this, or I thought it was crap, or something along those lines where people are like, what? Like, what's he talking about in that? And they want to click the video. Just repeating the same thing you have in the title is not doing much for your click-through rate usually. You want to do something that gets them being like, huh? What's that? So just think of that as you're doing your video thumbnails with your text. Don't repeat your video title in your thumbnail. Do something that makes them say, huh? What? Makes them think. Even like, makes them think like, what the hell? I want to click this and see what he's talking about. Or like here you can say, man, this one really sucked. Something like that. You just think about doing things like that. The next part is your opening line. So like the first 10 seconds of your video, you need to pull people in. Now, something I do a horrible job of with my channel because I don't care that much about my Greg Morrison Media channel at this point. I'm not trying to get a large channel. I do it for fun and to help people. But if I cared more, what I would do, like a video like this, I'd be like, these two methods made me $100 million in the last 3 years. You're not going to believe this. And then you go into yourself. So you want to open up with something where people are like, oh, I want to watch more. And then you start setting up the video. And from there, you drop stuff where you keep going back to it. Like, so I may say, yeah, I made $100 million in the last 5 years with this affiliate marketing method. You're not going to believe this. Then I get into my video and I'm like, hey, so right now I'm going to cover these two methods that I did. They made me so much money. You're not going to believe how awesome this is and how easy it is. But first, let me tell you the setup part. And you need to know this before we get into this. So then you go into the setup part and maybe talk for like a minute. And in there, you're like, by the way, I'm going to get back to how I made that $100 million. Just give me one more minute. I got to get this introductory stuff out of the way so you're properly set up. Keep leaving that trail of, we're going to get back to how I made the 100 million. Keep that in mind because that's what hooks them in the beginning. So have a good hook in the beginning of your video, then keep setting like mouse traps for that hook throughout the video to keep them watching, okay? Because when it comes to YouTube, click-through rate and watch time are absolutely huge, right? From there, if people are clicking video to video, that's another big thing. So if you mention another video, make sure you link to it in the video where they can click over. At the end of the video, make sure you have relevant videos so they can click over to another video. If it's a video that's in a series, make sure you have a playlist so they can go right through the videos. All that stuff adds up. The YouTube algorithm is all really about the click-through rate, how much time people are spending on your videos, and are they clicking to your other videos as well? And that's the big thing you need to know about YouTube, okay? And that's kind of the basis of what you could do with YouTube. Again, this takes a little more time and effort than the first part, but it's also building a more longer sustainable brand, like a real brand that you can, like a real business that you can build. The first method is just the lazy way of doing it, where you can make quick cash, right? Where you can fund other stuff, but still also works very well. I've made 6 figures doing that way, and it's just literally churn and burn. You put up a site, you pump out the AI content, and you cash in. It's just setting it up, letting the AI content run, and it's very easy once you know how to do it. This way takes a whole lot more time and effort, but you have a more sustainable long-term model in front of you, right? So they're two totally different opposite things. So this video is already 16 minutes, 17 minutes, so a little longer than I expected. But if you guys want to know more about this type of stuff, comment, subscribe, let me know, because I can always go into more depth into this. But if I was starting over in affiliate marketing, I'd probably do one or both of these two things. I'd probably do both, actually. I'd set up sites with AI content, their age domains, and kind of pump out AI content and get that easy cash. But I'd probably also be working on a more long-term project in YouTube, where something I really cared about, was passionate about, and I would build up that kind of real brand, real business through YouTube to start. After I got my channel going, I'd probably make the website and then link them together, and then it would just kind of grow together, like do your social properties. But the big thing is just getting that YouTube channel started, getting some traction, then you would build out everything else, okay? Hope you guys enjoy this. See you in the next video.